Hey, Shalom. I'm going to face the east. All praises to Yahweh. Hey, double honors to the apostles, the elders. Salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Deuteronomy 28. Hey, because at the end of the day, Esau continues to prove that he's stunning everybody. Okay, and the only sector of Jake that are free from a spiritual standpoint are who? Lord will the elect, beginning with 144,000, trickling down to men, women, and children. Whenever you have to ask somebody permission to drive, permission to leave the country, permission to work, all right, permission to get married, permission to get a divorce, you are enslaved. Like I was telling the brother, prior to this video starting, when I was coming up, I would have to ask my father permission to leave the house, permission to use his truck, permission to stay out a little longer, permission to even use my car and come in a little late. Get a honey bun. To get a goddamn honey bun, right? So Esau is sunning these niggas, man, right? And then you had a situation out there in the Carolinas, and I did a video on it on yesterday, but still I want to continue to talk about it. You had a Jake that transferred from the University of Alabama, and he went to a school in Carolina. So he was providing assistance to someone on the side of the road. Their car broke down, and guess what? He was struck. Okay, and they said he flew 5 feet in the air, and therefore the doctors declared him as being brain dead. So the parents were informed, and I think he was transferred from one hospital to another hospital. But this is the kicker, all right? He was 19 years old, but they stated he was 26. So you have the family, the father, the mother, and the sister going live, and you had a nurse in the room with him. Medical attention still was not given to him as he was so-called fighting for his life. And at that time frame, prior to the parents leaving the room, guess what? His vitals were stable. He was still having bowel movements. He was breathing on his own. But the minute his room, they put something in his IV and his vitals destabilized. And the hospital never sent medical personnel in there to stabilize that young man. Although you had a nurse watching the whole thing, right? But prior to that incident, the last encounter, guess what? The hospital was inquiring about his organs. So somebody extremely wealthy had money, and I don't know if it was the person himself or a family member or a dear loved one to this person, but that young man was targeted for his organs. And the parents, supposed to be the rulers of this young man, did not have the ability to have him transferred from the hospital to another hospital. The hospital said, look, we don't do that. And that's not true. Whenever you have an admitting physician at another hospital that is willing to accept that patient, then by default, that patient's supposed to be transferred. So I'm thinking, and I was talking to Priest Lamont on yesterday, he may have been targeted on the side of the road. He may have had a rare medical condition or something like that. So like he may have like what that I think it's called blood type O. So he had something that was needed. You know what I'm saying? And but at the end of the day, you know, the parents did not have the ability to transfer him, and that young man died. Okay.
I said this too. And anybody go with a driver license, don't put the organ donor on your driver license too. Because if you do that on your thing, you put that organ donor on your driving license.
Yeah.
So he maybe had that on him. He may have it on the driving license. So if he get hit, don't save him.
I don't
take
think
it on. I'm saying if they have you die,
Yeah.
you take your organ.
Yeah. And I'm gonna cut you off. The reason why I'm gonna do it because he was 19.
Yeah.
And see how you know he didn't have it on there. They said he was 26.
Oh.
So they changed his age. But like the elder is saying, still don't put that shit on there.
Put that on there.
Period. But in his case,
Yeah.
he was 19. They had to have the parents' permission, but they identified him as being 26 years old. So therefore, you can take the organs, you know what I'm saying, without the parents' permission. So when the parents left the room, they ingested something in the IV, and the parents won't know until a toxicology report is actually established. And then by default, they can find out what was ingested in the system. Well, guess what? He's dead now. He's dead. But this further proves that Esau is our enemy now. And Salakia for the long intro, but this shit is crazy. Go ahead, bro.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee to Egypt again with ships.
Right, Egypt is modern day America. Okay, ships. That was the transport of how we got over here. Hence the transatlantic slave trade. Okay, go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right, just like Moses said it would happen, it happened. Okay, why? Because we committed spiritual fornication. And if you know anything about Egypt, it's symbolic for what? Servitude. Okay, being captive. All right, being a slave, a bondman and a bondwoman. Okay, so Egypt, which is, well, it's like America is modern day Egypt. And at the end of the day, the Most High brought us here because why? He was going to deal bitter with us. America goes into the Hebrew word mara, which means bitter. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Thou shalt see no more again.
Meaning our land for a very long period of time. Go ahead.
And there shall be, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemy
Right.
for bondmen and bondwomen.
Right. Who are the enemies? The Edomites are the enemies. Are you so-called white people based on the lineage of their fathers? And guess what? Ishmael, so-called Arabians, they sold us into slavery, as well as Ham, those so-called Africans. And you also had Israelites selling other Israelites in slavery too, man. All right? Was that it, bro?
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning what? Tupac can save you. Barack Obama can save you. Marcus Garvey can save you. Okay, LeBron James can save you. So the Most High put us in this spiritual condition that is exercised on earth by the way of Yahweh Shai. Because remember, Yahweh Shai created the world according to Colossians, the first chapter. And also for world, you have what rulerships within these worlds. But Yahweh Shai, by the way of the Most High, put us in this situation, and the Most High is going to use Yahweh Shai to take us out of this situation. You want to ask something? Yes, yeah, go ahead.
And it's Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow.
Right, and it wasn't the Most High in actuality, it was a prophet. You know, it was a prophet. Okay, the Holy Spirit was on this prophet giving the judgment, and you know, for the serpent as well as Eve and Adam for breaking the law, statutes, and the commandments. Go ahead.
And that's conception.
Right.
And sorrow that should bring forth children.
Right, and it's the reason why these women have birth pains, because of this curse right here. And guess what? You Israelite women in the kingdom of heaven, you would no longer have birth pains, because that's a curse. Okay?
To bring forth children, and that desire should be to thy husband.
Right, your cravings, right? Desire goes into your craving. Your longings is supposed to be to your husband. Okay, and that's the reason why these so-called relationships are not working out, because you have men and women are equal, or you have the woman up top and the man underneath that's out of order. Okay, remember 1 Corinthians 7 chapter, Apostle Paul said that we would have trouble within the flesh, and that trouble actually goes back to the curses. So we were identified as a spiritual, symbolic, comely woman to the Most High, and therefore we feel how he felt when we committed spiritual fornication on him.
He should rule over thee.
Right, and he's supposed to rule over you. Go ahead, my boy. Yeah.
Verse 17. And unto Adam he said,
You know, 15. There you go. There you go.
This is Genesis 3 and 15.
Right.
I will put enmity.
Right. Enmity is hatred. Okay. Let's establish that right there. Enmity means hatred. So why does the so-called white man hates the so-called black man, the so-called Hispanic man, the so-called Native American? All right. This is all enmity established from the conditions of our people going off, beginning with Eve. Go ahead. Okay. You want to add? Okay.
I will put enmity between the thee and the woman,
Right.
between thy seed and her seed.
Now, from a symbolic standpoint, can a serpent have a seed? No. This is actually talking about the offspring, and in modern terms, Edomites, so-called white people. Okay, and the woman's seed. Women don't have seed. So, from a symbolic standpoint, what is this talking about? The nation of Israel, which is broken down into so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. This is where this hatred is coming from. This is the reason why these people don't like you. This is the reason why we don't like those people. Okay, this is a spiritual situation that is exercised on earth throughout the four corners of the world, man. Go ahead, man.
Because you don't hear you rarely hear uh Arab or Chinese person, whatever them other nation. Like we always had a problem with them. It's always, hey, look at the news. It's always so-called black, so-called white. It's how it is. The cops are always white. He always killing the chick. That's how it is. Or killing a Latino man. That's how it is. It's us versus them. It hasn't changed and it ain't gonna change. We don't like them, and they don't like us. But our people try to be good to them. Try their best to be good to them, but it's always them try to get it up. It's always them, man. Y'all doing slick shit. Like the taking the brother organ. They did the shit they did it for a reason. But they see how these motherfuckers get down, man. That's how they move. It's in them. They crooked as fuck. Like scripture, you can't change something good that ain't good. This nigga he just wicked. That's right. This nigga he just wicked. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Scripture says his his spirit's not upright in him. He like look, he gets off on your downfall. He gets off on downfall on your trap. That's why he'll make sure that your help will be set up without you, so you won't have no help. Then he places as an enemy against you. Why? For your downfall. It's always for your downfall, because if you get up, your nation's gonna get up. And he doesn't need the slave to think. He only needs the slave to what? To be worthy, to be docile. I got a quick one. This is Genesis 12:17. It says the dragon, and this in the GNT, it said the dragon was furious with the woman.
Right, so this serpent became a great dragon, meaning what? Leading to the great Edomite empire in the formulation of what? The pagan Rome Empire. And look, let's get something specific. Esau has what? A time frame to rule 3 times as the Greeks, the pagan Romans, okay, and this time now through the establishment of the America, NATO, and fucking EU, which is Rome Reload. The 10 toes, that's right.
And it says back in Revelation 12:17, the dragon was furious with the woman and went off to fight against the rest of her descendants.
That's it, her descendants. At this time frame right now, we're seeing this. We're seeing something that was established in the land of Israel. Because remember, that garden is talking about the land of Israel. So from then all the way up to now, what? Yes, their descendants hate us.
Ongoing family feud.
Yeah, that's it. Ongoing family feud.
Like them that family from the poor.
Right.
It's the ongoing family feud, man, to this day. Okay, but it's gonna play out in the form of World War III. And that's gonna be the brawl for it all, man. All right. Ending out, and it says and went to fight against the rest of her descendants, her being Israel.
That's right.
All who obey the Most High's commandments and are faithful to the truth revealed by Yahweh.
Right. So the elect understand what's going on. 2/3 of our people still want to be what? Joined hand in hand with these people. But from a spiritual sense, remember the parable of Lazarus and the rich man shows you that it's a spiritual separation. Okay, and we're gonna get that too. Get so-called America. See, you wasn't brought here to actually excel in life, to be a great basketball player or a football player or a doctor or a lawyer or to attain the so-called American dream. No, you was brought here, or we was brought here because the Most High would do literally with us in a bit of fashion. That's the reason why your mom gets dementia. That's the reason why your dad is not in his home. That's the reason why you have gangs amongst the tribe of Judah and the Northern Kingdom tribes, because it all goes back to the fucking person. Okay, and it's the hub is America, but it's still South and Central America is affected by the will of the Most High. All right, go ahead, bro.
Luke chapter 1, verse 20. And she said unto them, call me not Naomi.
Yeah,
Naomi.
don't call me Naomi no more. All right, do not call me Naomi. And the reason why she's about to say this is because she was catching hell. But this woman, right, which is identified as the weaker vessel, was spiritually enough to understand the reason why. Go ahead, bro.
Call me Mara.
Call me Mara. Okay, America goes back to Mara. Okay, and what does it mean, bro?
For the Almighty have done very bitterly with me.
So the Most High brought us into spiritual Egypt, which is America, as well as the other Americas, consisting of South and Central America, because the Most High was going to deal bitter with us. So Jay, all your hardships, your tribulations, your afflictions, okay, comes from the curses, okay, which is what? Really nothing but indignation of the Most High, which is what? Righteous anger. A curse is nothing but righteous anger, man. That man ain't punished us for nothing. No, if you know from a spiritual sense, where did it initiate from? Us going out. So rightfully so. If you at work right now, and if you broke the terms and the conditions of your contract, guess what? Esau's gonna get fired. Esau's gonna fire you. And that's what the Most High deals with us when we said I do in front of Mount Sinai. Okay, we said we would be holy, separate. Okay, we would be his only one. Okay, and at the end of the day, as soon as he turned his back, he fucked up.
And it's Genesis 27.
I was gonna say, just like a child, and I think you brought it out earlier, like a child when the child gets some punishment, they send him to their room or another location, be locked up. You know?
Get out my face.
You in time out.
I got a
Go ahead, bro.
back what you say.
Y'all jump
Isaiah,
in, man.
Isaiah 51. The Lord says, do you think, and this in the GNT, the Lord says, do you think I sent my people away like a man who divorces his wife? Where then are the papers of divorce? Do you think I sold you into captivity like a man who sells his children as slaves? No, you went away captive because of your sins. You were sent away because of your crime.
So what do you think about how the rock sold us? The rock sold us because basically we committed spiritual fornication. And when you break any law, statute, or commandment, that is the definition of spiritual fornication. You know?
Yeah, I guess I'm
Go ahead.
This Genesis 27. I'm gonna read it in 41 NLT. It's from that time Esau hated Jacob because their father had given Jacob the blessing.
And that's what it's all about now. See, Esau is done with his blessing. And now he wants the original blessing. That's what it's all about. See, you niggas bickering over used up blocks, things of that nature, or trying to keep up with the Joneses. These nobility of Edom, they're focusing on the next kingdom, which is the kingdom of heaven. And that's the reason why you have an agenda called what? The New World Order. It's based on trying to get the attainment of the kingdom of heaven. And he wants to wipe all you jakes from off the face of the fucking earth.
And Esau began to scheme.
Yeah, that's what he do. That's what he do. You know, we talk about Jake, how they scheme, but hey, the ultimate schemer is Esau. He's a finesser. Okay, he's a forger of lies. You know, and he's willing to, like mankind used to say, I'm willing to break my leg just to break yours. That's real shit.
Esau began to scheme. I will soon be mourning. We'll be soon be mourning my father's death.
Right, and so how does he scheme? By defiling your values, right? By defiling your water, by defiling the earth. Okay, by defiling your women, by defiling your spirit, planned parenthood. Okay, putting you in these impoverished environments. These are all the fucking schemes we're talking about. And this man is fucking prolific when it comes to doing evil, man. Yeah. And then, bro, me and Shaquan did some research. You know, even with that East and West Coast shit, that goes back to the face of Janet. That's the reason why you have Tupac in certain pictures. You will have Biggie head facing this way, Tupac head facing that way. That origin goes back to the face of Janice, man. All that shit is set up. Go ahead, bro.
And then when I killed my brother Jacob,
And then I would murder my brother Jacob, and I killed for murder. And that's what he's been doing since he came back into rulership, build the Renaissance. He's been murdering our people. Even in today's time, you got certain southern states, niggas still getting hung and shit.
Casual kill.
Yeah, casual kill law. You still got fucking sundown town in Mississippi, bro. And you better get your ass up out of there before the sun is down. I think
Yeah, I just because it's part of our punishment for us to pretty much in the system where the Israelite man is not set up for you to be a man. You know? And you go into it, this is in the curses, Deuteronomy 28 and 30, and this is in the GNT. It says you will be engaged to a young woman, but someone else will marry her. You will build a house but never live in it.
hey, this goes to the curse. Okay, so you would be engaged with a woman, but guess what? When you at work and she's at work, she has a work husband. Okay, and guess what? He's popping her on their lunch break. Or she's telling you, look, honey, I gotta work late, but before she gets home, she stops at a fucking hotel.
Yep. That's because even if you go to slavery, how they used to have a woman and the master would come and just take your wife, all right, and have his way with it. Like he saw her run trains on the Israelite woman, send her back to the slave quarter.
You know why he did that? Because certain devious sexual acts a white woman didn't want to do, so he used these his desires on Jake.
Low desire.
That's it. And the white woman have no problem with it because at the end of the day, she looked at him as being, she looked at the woman as being nothing.
Yep.
You know?
And then like today, like you say, you got the work husbands, but then even if your woman not having an affair, the majority of them, first off, your woman is like you always go into. For woman's liberation, he liberated her from her duty at the house.
That's it.
So even though you marry this woman, her first priority is to her career.
Right.
And then she come home with the programming of Esau Edom.
That's
So
it.
yeah, she has another man's programming and she's operating off another man's system. So that's really not your wife.
Right. And then if the priest is lying, why is it when your woman's about to leave the household? She's what? She's dressed up. She has a dress on. She has makeup on. She has platform heels on. But then when she comes home, she's ready to get out all that shit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say this, since you said that, priest, hell, Pornhub was created on them fucking plantations.
Yep.
So Pornhub back then was Esau going into these outhouses and just doing whatever he wanted to, all these disgusting acts to our women, man.
Because she give her first energy to the career.
That's it.
Okay. By the time your woman comes back, she has no energy to play your wife role. You know why she complains about what cooking and having sex and all these different things because she's done gave that energy to that first energy, which is Esau. Okay. And it says your cattle will be butchered before your eyes, but you will not eat any of the meat.
Right now, like literally happened from a physical standpoint, but now we can associate that in today's term, your substance.
Yep.
Right? You don't own your substance. You don't even own you. And like I said, that situation that happened on Friday night proves that. How does two parents have a son and not allowed to have them transferred from one hospital to the other hospital? Why wasn't he able to be discharged? Right? How can this establishment call the authorities on these people? You know why? Because the police officers take that oath to who? The elite bankers, to protect their private institutions, such as the religion, the church system, the school system, the banking system, and the hospitals, man. Right? They protect and serve what? The interest of the nobility of Edom, man. Period. And that situation shows you that as that man and woman are performing CPR in hospital and medical personnel never showed up to lock it. You had one the whole time. She was a nurse and she was watching the whole thing. She was watching the incident so she can tell the provider, which is a doctor, what the fuck was going on. Niggas is not stupid, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 32, this proves your lesson. It says, your sons and daughters will be given as slaves to foreigners.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So this boy transferred from the University of Alabama because he couldn't get no playing time and went to Carolina, number 50 something in the state, 19 years old, got struck by a car, and guess what? He was not able to be discharged by his parents. Is that not being fulfilled right here? It's somebody else's problem.
And it says, your sons and daughters will be given as slaves to foreigners while you look on. Every day you will strain your eyes looking in vain for your children to return.
Right. So in the hospital, you had that man performing CPR. You had the wife basically watching. They're taking turns. And what did these parents want? They were straining their eyes and their mind for their son to get up and leave or to be transferred. Right? And she kept saying, I think she was calling him Elijah. She was like, rise, rise again, rise again. So the mom was basically being profiled because guess what? They said, hospital personnel said she's very spiritual because she was talking about how those serpents' head would be trampled. She was talking about Genesis, the 3rd chapter, right? So at the end of the day, they know the substance that Jake has, how special Jake is. That's the reason why that boy was targeted. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was following that young man around, set him up, was just watching him, and based on this incident, strike now. Because somebody powerful needed his fucking organs.
That's how serpent moves.
That's how he moves, bro.
Serpent study your pattern. And he'll set it up to where he'll be in your path. You know, because he's a serpent. No, he only had one time to strike.
That's it.
For like you say, serpent gonna be trampled.
That's it.
So serpent, that's why you have to say be wise and serpent, which means be calculated.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so these devils they're calculating that. But I ain't saying all that.
Yeah.
And then in the spirit though, she was saying rise again, but eventually he is gonna rise.
Yeah.
You know, whether he'll be elected, he rises at the end, or he's born again in the kingdom.
Yeah, because she was calling, first she was praying to Jesus Christ, but she was still, she was very spiritual. You know what I'm saying?
But that's our people though.
Yeah.
We very spiritual people, man.
Yeah.
And that's one thing they can't take from us.
Mhm.
But they know.
Right.
They're spiritual people. Go ahead.
Came up again, like our whatever the opposite of kryptonite is our connection with Yahweh by Shema Mashiach. Going back to the pineal gland. All right, and the wicked watches over the righteous and seek to slay him. All right, the thing that he's attacking is our connection with Yahweh by Shema Mashiach. Going into processed food, processed sugar. I don't want to get all into it, but they talk about the crown chakra. Well, that's your connection to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach.
That's it, bro.
So what does Esau make an effort to do? Keep you in your lower chakra, your lower nature. I'll say that your lower nature. Esau wants the 12 tribes in their lower nature. That's why our music promotes what? Lower nature activity. Reproduction, killing, all right, things pertaining to the flesh. And it makes you look like Frankenstein. It turns you into a monster. But the opposite of that, which is really an Israelite, a son of Yahweh, is when you're tapped into Yahweh.
Right.
That's what. It tells you Isaac went to the field to meditate, right? So hits nature. Isaac went into nature to meditate, to get back into Yahweh, right? Well, most inner cities don't really have nature. Most areas where Jacob resides in, there's not like plush nature, man. It's a prison. It's a desert. And that's one of the tools to keep you out of tune. Right?
Hey, just to back you up the point, this is Judith 5:20. This came from Acor. I want to say he was Japanese, right? Ammonite, so-called Japanese. But this Judith 5:20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any sin or error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power before them, and we become a shame before all the world.
Our kryptonite is iniquity.
That's right.
Our kryptonite is transgressing the laws of Yahweh, man. That's our kryptonite, man.
That's it.
All right. Our kryptonite is being an Edomite, culturally being an Edomite. All right. culturally been. So the very thing that's talked about in the dialogue of the music about people and within the culture is been engineered and instilled in us. It's really sin. That's it. They give you pepperoni pieces in school. Those little square pieces are the best. Popcorn shrimp. Come on, man. Shrimp po' boy.
That's right.
All right. Catfish dish. All right. Everything that Yahweh said, don't fucking do. All right. Out of all the single women, because we are at war, and at war you have a bunch of widows. So if a nigga the daddy in jail, it's a bunch of fucking widows out here. Guess what? We still been engineered to go after another man's woman. All right. So everything that Howard said, do not do. In the hairline is petty as hell. It tells you not to mar the corners of your beard. It just so happens to be in our culture. You know.
Especially real quick. Isaiah 9:16 in the GNT, it says, "Those who lead these people have misled them and totally confused them."
We're confused, man. All right, we're confused. And if you look up the word confused, it really means to infuse. So you have like an infusion of something. So we have an infusion of different heathen culture. We have an infusion of different sins, man. All right. So, no, you got it, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, because thou had a perpetual hatred
Everlasting hatred, a continual hatred.
and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and the time of their iniquity had an end.
Our iniquity had an end in slavery. Because that was an official punishment that the Most High ordained Esau to execute upon us because of our iniquity.
Esau, he pretty much had. The reason we went into slavery was disobedience to Esau and had the wickedness, the thing that put us in captivity. Because punishment is what's for correction. But under Esau Edom, what did he do to extend the captivity? Was to start what? Infusing, putting that confusion in the game to why people don't know what a husband or father is. They don't know what a family is, a wife or a mother is. The lines are so weird. Okay, no one even there's no one becoming grandparent anymore. As far as the duty, that's because children had children. But for the duties, no one's becoming a grandmother.
No, and there's what physical goes
Everybody trying to show off their shape, show off how much money they got, still show that they still got it. Like,
grandma twerking on
yeah,
TikTok.
so everyone is confused.
You got 3 generations in a car, from the grandmama to the mother to the granddaughter, and all of them listening to India Younger.
Yeah.
Then a grandma watching the grandkids, the daughter in the car.
You don't know what confusing what sex is. Like what a gender is. Okay, like it's so much confusion. How can it be 20 something, 30, whatever genders? No, man.
Right.
But Esau's whole thing was to keep us confused, and it keeps us separated.
A chick showing you a picture of her dude, and it's a whole stud.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I see?
Yeah.
You know?
You want the stud to act like a man, but you hate niggas.
Yeah.
So you're like, what are we doing?
Then a nigga talking about a transformer like it's a regular female.
Yeah.
Like, this confusion, man.
Got something to point. Oh, go ahead, bring it up, bro.
It's Psalms chapter 4, verse 2.
Oh, yeah, I'll bring it.
O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? How long will ye love vanity and seek after leasing, Selah? This is Psalm 4, verse 2. O ye sons of men, how long will you turn my glory into shame?
Right.
How long will ye love vanity?
You turn the glory of the Most High to shame when you give honor to any and everything outside of Yahweh Shem. All right, go ahead.
How long will ye love vanity?
And what is vanity? The attachment or the desire to attain the American dream, and you're willing to do any and everything for that attainment. Right? Go ahead.
And seek after leasing. I'm gonna get that word.
See, we have hey, that's why it says this land will destroy you, man. Not just physically, that too. It is psychologically, we're spiritually destroyed. But people do things against their nature because they've been spiritually compromised, man.
This is the word leasing. Cause it goes into this outline distribution, a lie, untruth, falsehood, a deceptive thing.
And that's what this system does. And within this system, you have black culture, you have the religious system, you have the military system, you have Christianity, okay, you have westernization. All of this comes from this fucking system. So although it's one mechanism, it spreads out like a fucking tree branch, right? It covers every facet of life, man. So that way Esau have the whole board covered.
Everything is scripted. Go off.
That's it. That's it.
95% of everything that's on the TV is scripted.
That's it, bro.
Hey, because brother Elder Pride Forum brought it out. If you go into the psyop,
Mm-hmm.
you remember the account when they want the LA to act like it.
That's right.
That was a psyop.
That's right. That's right.
But even though he wasn't really doing it, he was gonna play on the psyche of the rest of the nation. Yeah, like this nigga big doing this shit. You know, it's psyop, but it's all for what? Jack, because like when you look at these videos, he knocked them niggas cars, niggas that living like that, the women, you know, none of that shit is just
Psyop.
it's a psyop.
They're acting like they're eating the slime.
Mhm.
So we could be like, if I had that lifestyle, why would they give a clown like NBA YoungBoy all that clout, all that money?
The greatest.
The greatest.
God damn.
They get him the best. So all these niggas to follow his path to end up dead in prison, transgression against your house. Yeah, bro.
I would say, cause you said how long will you love vanity? Cause look, once you chasing after vanity, you chasing after self satisfaction, self glory, and that's gonna lead away from establishing a family, establishing people. You just going out on your own and your own. You keep going straight. That's going, but you gaining glory. Then you need people like they seeing it like, okay, he went this way. Look, he set up good. It's all right if we chase after vanity and glory. They love it. Now you have a culture of individualism.
And the hacking of an Israelite mind starts in elementary. Jake started getting them demons on him anywhere between second, third grade to middle school. That's when Jake started losing his innocence and started imitating nigga behavior, man. Because at some point in your boyhood, you realize if I act a little more tough, if I act like NBA, even if you're watching it, you're picking it up subconsciously. Watching a rap video, you picking it up subconsciously. I remember watching a Jeezy video when I was young, or even when I was young, other rappers, you see a dude rapping, you see half-naked women twerking, you see cars and money. This is a psyops, man. Respect.
I had a homeboy, back in middle school. He joined the Bloods because his favorite rapper Lil Wayne was a Bloods.
That nigga wasn't really even a blood.
He wasn't even no blue.
Why would he have to be a blood?
And we know this nigga personally, bro. That nigga never did that shit. Never done none of that.
Another psyop.
It's all psyops. Never done it.
No.
This is Psalm 64, verse 1. Y'all can break it down. A Psalm of David. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life and fear the enemy. Hide me from the speaking counsel of the wicked.
All these different, do you know how many councils being made against the Israelites? It just so happens in every city, it's a gang conflict with Jake. It's a gang with sets, whatever. All right, in every city, it's the same fucking starter kit. It's the liquor stores, the convenience stores with swine, it's a single mother, baby abortion clinics, it's the gun, it's a drug. Like that didn't happen. Just how the earth didn't happen without a heavenly council, our calamity didn't happen without a secret council by our enemies.
Going back to last week, like it's a good fix in every city, man. Hey, because I know like when you say you doing ride share, when you get on certain side of town, you know that you don't even have access to a public bathroom anymore. You can't stop and get no coffee. You can't stop and get no tea. Like they don't even supply it. All you can get is Black and Mild, gin, gas station chicken, maybe.
Spikes.
Yeah, some crazy shit. Like they don't even have certain essentials. And then you go on the other side, you got what you call loaded tea, pull-up bar. You got pull-up, get some pull-up. Like,
That's real talk.
Clean restaurants.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
What juvenile say? Come outside, see nothing but some bricks. All you see projects and bricks.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, off the railroad track. Railroad track. Back in the days, on the railroad track.
MLK? Shit.
Okay, Ultra.
It's a maze, a plantation maze to keep you in there because what they fit everything you need. You know, in that project, you got liquor, liquor store, the church, the grocery stores, all in that hood. They don't want you to be slave for it.
First school system.
Then the music is to psychologically keep you in the hood.
Yeah.
Music is to psychologically keep you in the mindset of a hood nigga. So if the hood is a new plantation, a hood nigga is a new slave.
So what these young rappers want? These young niggas want? They want to be hood rich. They don't want to leave the hood no more. They get rich and stay in the hood.
It's scat packs all in the hood. With a $30,000 house.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You driving a fucking $50,000 to $60,000 car.
Yep.
You gotta know where to park.
He got an apartment.
And 30 niggas in that motherfucker. Yeah.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 20. There was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
So Lazarus is what? Symbolic for the nation of Israel, dealing with the elect. The stars is what? The curses. The rich man table going to the system. Right? So don't we beg just to have that daily bread to y'all Hashem all shot to be sustained? Go ahead, bro.
Moreover, the dogs came and licked his doors.
Of these other nations. So that's the reason why you have these other nations got to profit from the afflictions, the calamities of Jacob. Because it's all set up. The Esau joint heirs or his allies are these other nations within the system. And what they do is they inflict pain on Jacob. That's the reason why you have Elam set up in Jacob community. But guess what? Elam lives with Esau. He's out there in Madison, Lestat, and Flowood. You don't see no so-called East Indians in the hood. And what about the so-called Arabians? Although they set up shop in Jake neighborhoods, but at the same time frame, they live with Esau.
Right. The dogs look out from.
That's it.
They all capitalize off our captivity,
Right.
but they don't live there.
They don't live there.
The liquor stores, convenience stores, that's disrespectful. You got Ishmael in your headquarters selling you bullshit, man, going back to his suburb, man.
Right.
So in the neighborhood the other day, man, and the bus school started back on. Every stop, y'all behind the bus, there was a number of Moabites getting off that motherfucker. It was like a bus full of Moabites. And then another thing too, you go on vacation. Ishmael balling with you nigga black and mild money, man.
That's right.
Ishmael's on jet skis,
Yeah.
cruising. All right, he making millions off your death. But like I said, he going to chill with his whole family.
And this nigga just going to Sam's Club.
Yep.
I see Elon, man. I used to work at Walmart as a car person. I saw them. He just going to Sam's Club. Or they got the little tax breaks. They'll go to Walmart or Sam's Club, buy it in bulk, break it down into singles, and sell it to you niggas that don't have a car to leave the hood.
That's it.
Black a mile.
That's it. That's it.
Breaking them down, man.
That's it.
They get the hotels, gas station, 10-year tax free. Then they pass to another motherfucker.
That's right.
He come in,
That's it.
tax free.
That's it.
Y'all don't give us a flying shit. Y'all don't give us shit.
And this nigga, he got a sexy red telling our women that they don't need a man, right? But does he tell Ishmael woman that she don't need him?
That's right.
Because Ishmael woman is in that gas station, his daughter's in that gas station, Moab is in that that pedicure salon. Her daughter's being trained to a baby to do nails. So they weren't talking. They didn't need a man. They all in the business together, like you said. They all being trained in the business.
And guess what? They're gonna have arranged marriages.
Yeah, that's right.
They're gonna be groomed. So by the time she leaves the possession of her father, and go to the possession of her husband, and walk behind him, head down. You don't see Elam and Ishmael double dating, right? Elam gonna be sitting at this table, the men and the women and the kids gonna be at that table.
You turned our women to trash, man.
That's it, bro.
Brothers come from structure is true. So things you go through with a nigga woman, man, it's like, bro, you're not coaching, you don't get it.
That's right.
All right, but you know what? We're gonna be getting y'all women soon. All right?
Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus said the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and the land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in the polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity.
Another psyop. Beyonce married as hell singing All My Single Ladies. Sierra married as hell singing All My Single Ladies. But they not eating the pork. They not dick hopping. My language. But millions of Israelite women have an independent, individualistic, courtish mindset.
Wait a minute, Zaquan. She said that, and it was rumored, well known, that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. He's not gone.
Nope.
This has been going on for the past 10 years. He's still like stand beside your man.
Yep, but a nigga in the hood wake up in the spirit world, he got another woman. Yeah, he wake up in the spirit world. His body got 30-degree burns.
Oh yeah, they don't. I agree on
Yeah.
on the brother.
Look. You know, little local peasant problems, man. You're oppressed, man. You're supposed to have your little 3-4 harem type thing, man. Everybody else has it. And then, ironically, our women are their concubines. You know? Go ahead, we're going to get ready to wrap it up.
Verse 22, and it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by angels into Abraham's bosom.
Right, Abraham's bosom, Nate, is referring to the kingdom of heaven. Okay, go ahead. Right, that's right.
You know,
That's
what did,
right.
John the Revelator, he laid in the outside
Bosom.
That was his best friend.
Right.
Comforted by beautiful.
Don't your woman lay on your bosom? Okay. Run it, man. Run it, bro.
One move out, then I boom.
Rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes.
That shows you that Abraham's bosom is hell for the rich man going into the Edomites and trickling down to the other nations, man. Trading places, right? Y'all are gonna catch pure goddamn hell, man. Talk about, and then even on the Shabbat, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able, because your mind is still gonna be in play. Although your body's gonna be cool, because you're actually gonna have physical rest, but at the end of the day, your mind's gonna be played because you're gonna be dreading the next day. Like, God damn, it's gonna be like Monday again. You know? So my hair little
Being in torment, he seen Abraham afar off, Lazarus in his bosom.
right, it's levels to it. Afar off, meaning what we're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven doing our thing, man. The Lord will, we're gonna be with the house shot as 144,000. And within that number.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus.
Like turn down his hand. These curses are beating my goddamn ass. That's what it's saying. Go ahead, bro.
That he may dip of his finger in water,
Right.
cool my tongue.
And the only time that can happen is on the Shabbat. Right? Only time that's gonna happen on the Shabbat. But still you're gonna be playing in your mind because those angels gonna be putting that dread.
I mean, and possibly, some of them could be part of the 1/3.
Cover from that.
That's right.
The Lord makes it where
You know,
if we don't have
body
something,
still gonna
the
be
Lord
feeling
will
that
put on
they
people.
were rigorous.
Well,
That's
give
right.
them things.
You know,
Take
6
care of
day work week.
Even when you
Another
go back
thing,
to,
when you have that 1 day off, you don't recover.
before
That
we
follow
left
Monday as hell.
Shit.
You get a 2 nights rest. You know, you gotta have that recovery, man.
Right.
For 8 hours.
You ain't gonna be sleeping on 10 feet. Dirt, rock, and pit.
Hit the kitchen lights, cockroaches everywhere.
Mosquitoes.
And the rest of the
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
You don't need no
He's
comfort.
gonna make it.
He gonna control sex.
Right.
So yeah, he gonna control the mosquitoes. Petty mosquitoes.
They ain't give a fuck about us. So
Sadly, you had them boys come on your ass.
For I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received thy good
See,
things.
you was ruling as the Greeks, the pagan Roman Empire. American, they don't need you. Go ahead.
Good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
Right, because your heaven is our hell and vice versa. Go ahead.
That's why I say
Now he is comforted,
Zephaniah, he
and
gonna
thou
put
art tormented.
Right, and that's
in a great
again
name.
symbolic for the
Every
kingdom of
every
heaven.
land will put shame.
And
He
beside
gonna
all
lift us up
this,
during this time.
between
Showing
us and you,
You know,
there is a great gulf fixed.
Now that
Miracles
great
gonna
go
be
thick,
shown.
when you
The standard gonna
investigate
be
that
lifted.
term, let's talk about what?
Let's show, okay,
Separation.
you know,
Right,
his name is
open.
Yahweh, Yahweh.
Like,
and these
you know
are
how a
the men,
person yawns? You know,
right?
if
So
you're
he gonna
if you
exalt us.
yawn, what happens to your mouth?
And there's a time
Your mouth is open.
Everybody
Your
on
mouth
earth
is
gonna be brought
separated.
low.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a separation
Yeah.
established. Go ahead.
So that they which would
And that's
pass
only
from
gonna
hence
exclude Jacob
to
trouble.
you cannot,
The cast-
neither can
trouble.
they pass to us that will come from
Because
them.
everything
Meaning what?
already-
Israelites can never go on
Not
one
like
side and
it's not
vice
like
versa. There's always that spiritual
uh-uh.
division. And that's the
Please
reason
move, like,
why
you know, the next page,
we have this undying hatred
the next
for,
part of
for
the
each other.
script.
Because
Nah,
it's
it's
all
already
set up
written.
in the spirit
It's
that
just we're waiting to get
manifested
into
on
that
earth,
scene.
beginning in Genesis the third.
That next scene,
Go
you
ahead.
know, we're waiting
Then
to
he
get into it.
said,
It's already written.
I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house, for I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them.
That's how you know that this is also symbolic of what? The nobility of Edom, 5 brothers going into the Rothschild brothers, man. Okay? So when Jacob ass died, and when Evelyn died, guess what? They reported to the throne of Yahushua, and they begged to be sent back to inform their loved ones. Okay, look, y'all better straighten up. Y'all better straighten up. This shit is for real.
It's not gonna work.
Go ahead.
You know?
Hey, how do you know? Even the John F. Kennedy brother said,
he's
what
on
if
our
he
side,
died,
we
went
good.
to heaven and found out what? The so-called
He's
Jesus.
not
was.
their side.
So them niggas
They
know,
gonna
man.
work. Those that not
And JFK
those
was
that don't
fucking
know,
Abraham Lincoln coming
they're
back.
not connected to them.
How do you know? Because both of them tried to bring
Therefore,
back
they're
the
not
greenback.
Okay?
The
They
greenback,
ain't been doing the work.
right? Fucking Abraham got
They have
shot
been
in the back of
diligent
his
to
head, and
Yeah,
JFK got shot in
outside.
front of his head.
It's like 20 coincidences between their names
Right.
and how they died.
That's right.
It's like 10 coincidences.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you something else. And Jackie
And-
killed that nigga. She shot that nigga
Yeah.
inside that fucking
Yeah.
car.
Respect.
That's right. Go ahead. We hey through the spirit of Hashem, we examine every fucking thing. Go ahead.
At least they also come into this place. At least they also come into this place of torment.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. The kingdom of heaven has already been established in the spirit. So therefore, when Yahushua comes back, it will be exercised on them. Go ahead.
Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets.
Hey, fuck niggas, you got the prophets. You got Elder Z and Elder B in Mississippi. You got Elder Palmer and them in Dallas. You got the apostles in New York. You got priests of Yah dropping videos like mixtapes through the week. You know what I'm saying? You got Tyler One cursing everybody out. Yeah. This is what you gonna get. You got this brother, man, get off from work and then he put on the Mitri and he out there prophesying. Yeah, you got Elder Kazak, goddamn it, going to the mounds. This is all you gonna get. You with a feather on, thinking he Jewish.
Let them hear them. He said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent.
Right.
And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
Right, so ain't nothing the dead can do if you don't believe in the living. That's what this is saying.
All right. With that, we want to give our honor and glory to double honor to our apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect, Baba Bob, Mashallah, Shalom.
I had to get somebody out of there earlier.